Good evening, Honors Algebra. Mr. Lawrence here with your next flipped lesson. This is the lesson for November 14th. And we're going to slow things down just a little bit because I got to make sure you're really good at this. I know it seems really easy to me, and I've had years and years of practice. For you, you've only seen it for a couple of days, so it looks a little crazy. But today, we are going to be once again writing equations, linear equations that is, from 2 points when we're given 2 points. All right. Last time I showed you, remember we had step 1, step 2, etc. I'm going to show you a different approach. You are not required to use this different approach. If you really like the first approach better, you can do it that way. In fact, as you watch the video and you pause, go ahead and do it that way. And then see if you get the same answers. And if you're getting the same answers, that's awesome. Do it that way. I'm going to show you another approach since we just learned about point-slope form. And some of you might like this because it was very similar to Friday night's homework. All right, so let's say we have these 2 points here. Let's have the point 6, 5 and the point 8, 10. Okay. Just like last time, the first thing I'm going to do is find my slope. So I'll find my slope, and I will do 10 minus 5 over 8 minus 6 and come up with a slope of 5 over 2. Just like last time, I'm going to pick a point. But this time, I'm going to use the point that I choose and my slope to go to point-slope form. Some of you will like this better than the way I did it Friday. You pick the way you like better, okay? Both ways are very good. One is not better than the other. So I'm going to take y minus 5 equals 5 over 2 times x minus 6. I'm going to convert that to slope y-intercept form. Then I'll find my y-intercept just by doing the algebra. The first step will be to distribute. So I will get y minus 5 equals 5 over 2x. Remember that x cannot be in the denominator. Minus, let me see off to the side here, 5 over 2 times 6 over 1. Well, I think that's 2 goes into 2 once, goes into 6 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. This part here will be minus 15. Now, I'm not quite in slope y-intercept form yet because my y is not alone. So I have another step to do here. I will add 5 to both sides. And consequently, I will get the equation y equals 5 over 2x minus 10. And there's my equation. And look at this. What did I just find? Kind of accidentally on purpose. Right there. I found my y-intercept. Yes, I did. Isn't that amazing? Yes, it is. All right. I love answering myself. I hope you like it too. Good deal. Excuse me. By the way, I was wondering, why is it that we park on driveways and park on driveways? Anyway, let's go on to another example. Let's say that this time we have the points -3, 5, and the point negative, oh no, let's go with positive 7, -2. Okay, so once again, I find my slope. M will equal 5 minus -2, whop whop. And then I will do -3 minus 7. And my slope will end up being 7 over 10, and it's negative. And I'm going to keep that negative out front because I'm going to need to use it in a few minutes. All right, I'm going to pick one of my points, whichever points look friendlier to use. I think they're both kind of ugly. So I guess I will use the part black, part green point. So I'll say y plus 2. That'll equal -7/10 Oh, what is that number, Mr. Lawrence? All right, times the quantity of x minus 7. I will distribute. Distribute. And when I distribute, I will end up with y plus 2 will equal negative 7/10 x plus, now this 7/10 times 7, nothing's going to cancel out on it because canceling is a division thing, and there's no common factor between 7 and 10 other than 1, and dividing by 1 doesn't do anything. So since nothing's going to reduce or simplify or cancel, I'm just going to multiply and get 49 over 10. I'm not going to write 49 over 10 here though, because that's kind of weird. I don't really know what that is, but I do know. All right, this time I'm not going to write 49 tenths. I know that 49 over 10. Well, 10 over 50 over 10 would be 5. So this must be 4. Oh no, I'm not in writing mode. This must be 4. And then I'm 1 short of a whole, so it must be 9/10. Right? 10 goes into 49 4 times with 9 left over, 4 and 9/10. I told you, fractions make math easier. You got to be comfortable with them though. Please come in and see me. Some of you are still struggling with fractions. Put the calculators down. I'll help you a little bit and you'll be good as gold. All right, now I'm going to subtract 2 from each side. Oh, let's see. I'm going to get y on the left-hand side. Negative 7/10 x. 4 9/10 minus 2 would be simply 2 and 9/10. 2.9 for the lay people. And there's my equation. Look at how easy that is. You might like this way better. I couldn't show it to you earlier because you were still learning point slope form. But now that we're pretty good at point slope form, this should be a pretty good way to do it. All right, I'll tell you what, we'll do one more. Actually, you'll do it, and you can pause the video. So let's say we have the point 5, negative 1, and the other point we have will be negative 6, 2. Go ahead and pause the video. I will have the work show up on its own. Okay, I hope you've done your work and you can check step by step. Let's see what we have. Done. I found the slope. Hopefully you got the same slope I did. If you got a different slope, one of us has made a mistake and therefore one of our answers will be wrong. Guaranteed. I'll just double check mine. 2 minus negative 1, 3. I like that. And negative 6 minus 5. Negative 11, and I have negative 3/11. So my slope is good. Hopefully yours matches. Done. All right, now I chose the point 5, negative 1. I put my equation using that point and the slope I just calculated into point slope form. Y plus 1 equals negative 3/11 times the quantity of x minus 5. The blue arrows indicate that my first step is to distribute. Yes, the big D word, distribute. Okay. Once I've distributed, I have y plus 1 equals negative 3/11 x plus 15/11. Oh, I don't like 15/11. It's harder to work with in this case. So I'll change that to 1 and 4/11. And that's what this crossout is right here. In fact, let me just go ahead and erase it. There we go. I wonder if I can move that over. No, I can't. Okay, I'll put it back where it goes. All right. Then I subtract 1 from each side. Zoop. And I end up with y equals negative 3/11 x plus 4/11. Oh, and pat yourself on the back if you got that. All right, very good. Hopefully you like one of the two ways very well. This way, as I'm teaching it now, it seems a lot easier. But you have to decide which one you are more comfortable with. Both ways are acceptable. I will not on a test require you to do it both ways. You'll get to do this part of the problem any way you want. So remember, when we have 2 points and we're to write an equation in slope-y-intercept form, the first thing we do is find the slope. Then we use one of the points with the slope we just found to go to point-slope form. We then use our algebra to convert point-slope form, usually first by distributing and then adding or subtracting to get the y alone. And when y is alone, we're in point-slope form. All right, hope you understand the lesson. I will let you know that I will not be in Tuesday. Or will I? I can't remember. I'm out part of the day. Oh, darn, Mr. Lawrence, you're getting too old. The memory's going. If I'm not in, you'll get lots of practice, and the substitute will have an answer key so you can check. If I am in, you'll get lots of practice, and Mr. Lawrence will be there to check your work as well. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off.